In this video, we're going to go through on Singapore Chinese Girls' School End of Year Examination, Primary 5, Mathematics, Paper 1, Booklet B. So let's get started on the first question, which is question 16. Says here, use the digits below to form a number closest to 6,000. So in this case, a number closest to 6,000 has the smallest difference, and there's two possible numbers, right, from this. Okay, one with like start with 5, okay, and then have a largest number from in yeah from start with 5 and then have the largest number, so this will be 5861. Okay, and this one start with 6 and then have this increasing, so have decreasing numbers. This one is increasing numbers, right? So this will be 6 1 5 8 5 8 6 1 6 1 5 8. Okay, two possible numbers over here. Okay, so then we get, right, the difference. So difference with 5861 difference, right, is equal to 6,000 minus 5861. Okay, so this one will be 139. So if you were to do the workings, 6,000 minus 5861, right? And I'm going to put like this, minus itself, right? So I'm going to zoom in. All right, so from here, what we can do is we can put 10. Oops. Okay, we'll put, where is it? We can put 1 over here, like this. So 10 minus 1, this will be 9, right? 9 over here. So we can cancel and then cancel, right? And then cancel. Okay. So this would then be 599, like this. Okay. Right. So 9 minus 6 is 3, and then 9 minus 8 is 1. So the answer is 139. Okay. So in this case, well, I'll just make this a bit smaller, like this. Okay, 599. Okay, so 139. Okay, what about 6158 difference? Okay, so same thing like this. 6158 difference is 6,000 minus, no, 6,000, right? 6,158 minus this is 158. Okay, so that means, right, the closest number is 5861. So, right, 5861 is closest to 6,000 as has the smallest difference. In this case over here. Dun, dun. Okay, so all right, there we go. All right, so that's the answer. 5861 has the smallest difference. Okay, let's move on to the next question over here. Question number 17. Calculate 3 over 8 times 4 over 7. So I'm going to put here 3 over 8 and then 4 over 7, right? Okay, and then we multiply. Okay, x over here. So I'm going to make this big, right? So in this case, we can divide this 2, right? So 8, we can cancel, right? Cancel this, and then we can cancel this. And we can cancel it. Okay, then this will then become, so for this will be 2, right? So 3 out of 2 times this will be just 1 now, right? So okay, so that means this will be 3 out of 2 times 7. Okay, I'm going to center this. Right, so what do you think the final answer should be? Right, 3 out of 2 times 7. In this case, let me just make this a little bit bigger. The answer to this is 3 out of 14, right? 3 out of 14. There you go. So that's the answer. Okay, right? So this is the answer for this question, 3 out of 14. Okay, let's move on to the next question, question number 18. Okay, so Daniel has 5 times as many stems as Jackson. Daniel has 40 stems more than Jackson. How many stems does Jackson have? So Daniel, Daniel, okay, in this case, 5 times, this is 5 units. Then Jackson is equal to 1 unit. So Daniel has 4 times. So Daniel has 40 times more than Jackson. So Jackson is Jackson plus 40. So that means 5 units equal to 1 unit plus 40. So 5 units equal to, no, 5 minus 1 unit equal to 40. 4 units equal to 40. So how many stems that Jackson has? So that means 1 unit equal to 40, and then divide by 4 equal to 10. Okay, that's it. The answer is 10. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, question 19. Write down a decimal between 4.6 to 4.7. So if I were to draw a range, right, from, let me make it big. Okay, so let me also put the number 4.6, all right, here, and then 4.7 here. So what do you think the answer is? So would it be easier if we make the decimal to 2 decimal points? So this will be 4.60 and 4.70. So from here, okay, one gap is equal to 0. So you can say a 4.70 minus 4.60, okay, which is equal to 0.10. So middle of gap is equal to 0.10, okay, then divide by 2, this will be 0.05. Okay, so that means if I were to put this line in between over here, this will be, so decimal between 4.6 and 4.7 is equal to 4.6 plus 0.05, which is equal to 4.65. All right, and there you go. So that's the answer to this question over here. Okay, so the answer is 4.65. All right, let's move on to the next question, question 20. 1/2 subtract 1/2 from 5, 2 over 3. Okay, so 5, and then you have 2 over 3, and then you have your line over here, right? Okay, and then you minus 1/2. Okay, so from means this, okay, minus, what I'll put here as 1, oops, minus 1, right? And then 2 over 5. That's what I say over here. Okay, so from here, what we can do is, okay, so what we can do over here, right? So it looks something like this, is we can get the lowest, okay, let me put like this, lowest common multiple of, in this case, 5 and 3, right? Of denominator 3 and 5, which is 15. Okay, so from here we can do this, right? Lowest common multiple denominator 3 times 5. Okay, so we just multiply this by 5, okay, over here, and then this multiply by 5. Then for this 2 over here, we multiply by 3, okay, to get 15. This will get 15 as well. Okay, so from here, this will then equal to, wait a second, so 3 times 5 is 15, and then 2 times 5 is 10. Okay, and then from here we minus 1. Okay, and 2 out of 5. So 5 times 3 is 15, and then 2 times 3 is 6. So from here we can minus. Okay, so 5 minus 1, it will be, let me put a bracket. Okay, bracket 5 minus 1, and we have, in this case over here, let me just grab 10 out, oops, we grab 10 out of 15, right, minus 6, right, like this. Okay, so what would this become? Then this will then become 4, right? 10 minus 6, this will become 4 out of 4 out of 15. That's it. So the answer to this is 4 out of 15. Okay, let me just grab everything, paste it here, minus the brackets. Okay, so that's about it. Let's move on to question number 21. Okay, so Peter ran 3.8 kilometers and Evelyn ran 400 meters. Then Peter. Calculate the total distance Evelyn and Peter ran in meters. So 1 km. Why is it always in the middle? It's equal to 3 point, wait. 1 times 1000. Okay, it's equal to 1000 meters. So 3.8 km is equal to 3.8 times 1000 equal to 3800 meters. Okay, so total is equal to 3 point, okay, sorry, Evelyn ran 400 meters more than Peter. So Evelyn ran 400 more, so 3800 plus 400, which is equal to 4200 meters. Okay, so total is equal to 3800 plus 4200 78, so 8000 meters in this case over here. So I just want to say Peter is equal to 3.8 kilometers, which is, yeah, which is also the same as, oh, actually, yeah. Right. So let's move on to, okay, so this is 8000. Let's move on to the next question. Question number 22. Find the area of the shaded triangle. So base is equal to 13 centimeters. Height is equal to 10 centimeters. So in this case, base is must be a solid line, 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 and height is perpendicular to the base. So in this case, right, let me draw two lines, one and then two, and then we also have the rectangle like this over here, right? It needs to be perpendicular. Okay, so in this case, we have your base and height like this. Let me just move this down as well. Okay, so base and height. So that means area of triangle is equal to half times base times height, which is equal to half times what's the base, 13 centimeters, times height. Okay, oops, 10, not 12, half times base times height. And then from here, we can just half times 130. This will go to 65 centimeter square. So in this case over here, the answer is 65 centimeters square. All right, let's move on to the next question. Question number 23 over here. Okay, so Mrs. Tan bought 2 kg of coffee beans at the price shown below. How much did Mrs. Tan pay for her coffee beans? So 200, uh, 2 kilograms is equal to 2 times 1000, equal to 2000 grams. So 200 grams is equal to dollars 3.75. 2000 grams is equal to, 2000, and then divided by 200 and then multiply by 3.75. which is equal to 10 times 3.75, which is equal to $37.50. So that's the answer. 37.50. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Question number 24. All right. So Karen has some red and blue marbles. For every 4 red marbles, there are 9 marbles. There are 36 red marbles. How many blue marbles are there? So we know that 4 red marbles equal to 9 blue marbles. Okay, and then 36 red marbles. Okay, is equal to 36. I'm just going to put the other line. So 36, and then we divide it by, so in this case, 4, which, and then times 9. Okay, okay, and this is equal to 36 divided by 4 is 9 times 9. This will give us 81 blue marbles. Okay, so therefore the answer is 81. All right, let's move on to the next question. Question number 25. Okay, 150 students participated in an animation competition. The table shows the number of students who attained A to E. A certificate of achievement will be awarded to the top 30% of the students. What is the minimum grade to be awarded a certificate of achievement? Okay, so we want to get 30% of the students. So we get total number of students is equal to, so we can add all of this. Let me just put this at the top so I can see. All right, so 10 plus 35 plus 52 plus 30 plus 23. Okay, so I'm gonna rearrange these numbers to make it easier to add. Plus 30 plus 35, 52 plus 23 plus 35. Okay, so this will be 40 plus 52. This is 75. 75 plus 35. 75 plus 35 is equal to 110. What? And then this was 150. Okay. Let me double check. Right. 30 over here. Then 52, 23, 23, and 30 and 35. Okay. So if I call it 45, okay, this should be it. Then the next part is you want to get 30%. So top 30% is equal to 150 times 30%, go to 150 multiplied by the half 100, with the line across, okay, like this, right? And what would this be equal to? Right, so I'm going to cancel 10 with 10, then the other 0, I'm going to make this red with other 0. Okay, and in this case will be just 15 times 3 equal to 45. Okay, so now with this, we 45 is where? So in this case, the next step is 40. The grade A is equal to 10, grade B is equal to 35. So that means total of grade A plus B is equal to 45. That means minimum must be grade B. So I'll put here top 30% is equal to 45. Okay, so that means minimum must be grade B. So grade B. You can put the word grade B. All right, let's move on to the next question. Question number 26. So it says here Gerald deposited $3,000 in his savings, rich in his which paid him an interest of 3% per year. How much interest did he receive at the end of the year? So interest collected is equal to $300 times 3%. Okay, which is in this case same thing, but times we do a fraction, right? Like this, 3 out of 100 Okay, and then we just cancel these two zeros and this two zeros. Okay, and this will then become, oops, oops. Okay, this will become dollars 3 times 3. This will then become dollars 90. And the answer is $90. So no need the dollar sign because they added for us. Okay, next one, 27. The solid below is made out of 7 identical cubes, 4 and 3. There's missing one bottom. What's the minimum number of cubes needed to be added on to form a cube? Right, so we need to get longest length. Okay, length times breadth times height. So this should, longest length in this case is 3 cubes. So in the figure, right, is 3 cubes. So uh volume of to be created cubes, number of total cubes to form a cube, a bigger cube. Guess that makes sense. 3 times 3 times, oops. Okay, so this will be 9 times 3 is equal to 27 cubes. Okay, so we have current cubes is equal to 7. So then we have additional cubes needed is equal to 27 minus 7 is equal to 20. So the answer to this is 20. Right, that's it. All right, let's move on to the next question. Question 28. Okay, oh my god. So Yvonne pasted a rectangular piece of paper on a square piece of paper. She folded along AC as shown below. AB is a straight line. Find angle P. All right. So in this case over here, if I were to, okay, so the person already gave me the answer, which is 34 degrees. Why this is 34 degrees is because if I were to draw this out, right? So in red as well. Whoopie dee. Okay, so A over here and C over here, right? They were folded like this. Okay, so that means this 34 degrees is also 34 degrees in this sense also. Okay, 34 degrees. So I say over here. So folded, right? Then basically any folded, what do you guys, any folded paper will give two same angles, right? So in this case, which is the 34 degrees, right? So that means this over here, I mean, if you fold this up, right, I'm going to write down here also 34 degrees, 34 degrees, degrees, like this. So this is 34 degrees. And we also know that this part is 124. This is from the paper itself. So what's angle P? So that means angle P is equal to 180 minus 34 minus 124. Okay, so this will be 180 minus 34 is 158. This will give us 22 degrees. Okay, that's it lah. Right, 22 degrees. Gonna put 22 and there you go. All right, let's move on to the next question. Question 29. The table below shows the car park rates for Sands Malls. Should be inside Pasir Ris. Okay, car park rates for the first hour $7. For every additional half an hour or part thereof is $3. Casper parked his car at Sands Mall from 11 to 1:20 p.m. How much did he pay for parking? Okay, so from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. is equal to 1 hour. Okay, then 12 p.m. to 1:20 p.m. is equal to 1 hour and 20 minutes. Right? So first hour or first 1 hour will become dollars 7. Okay, then remaining hours is equal to so this one is, I'll just say lah, total hours parked is equal to 1 hour plus 1 hour 20 minutes equal to 2 hours 20 minutes. Okay, so remaining hours is 2 hours 20 minutes minus 1 hour, 1 hour 20 minutes, right? So half an hour is equal to 30 minutes. So additional uh, blocks of 30 minutes or parts is equal to 1 hour 20 minutes, and then divide by 30. This 30 is equal to 3 blocks, right? So 20 minutes is considered 1 block. Okay, so now from here 3 blocks, so that means additional now cost will be 3 times $3. 3 got $2.09. Okay, so total cost will be 7 plus 9. This will be dollars 16. There you go. $16. Right. I'm going to put like this. Oh, it covers perfectly. Noise. Okay, last one. 30. Right. So table below shows the points that CT, James, and Singh scored in a game. Their average number of points scored is 48. Part of the table has been covered by an ink stain. Each of the statement below is either true, false, or not possible to tell from the information given. For each statement, put a tick to indicate your answer. Okay, so we know the average number of points. Let us just put here, right? Uh, total. Yeah, I'm just gonna see this. Right, total points got 3%. Is 3 times. Oops, 3 times 48. Okay, so 3 times 40 plus 3 times 8. Okay, so it's 120 plus 24, 144. Okay, so 144. Okay, so the highest possible points James can score is 49. Okay, let's see. So CT plus James is equal to 144 minus 50. This will give us 94, right? So yep, 44 is 104. Okay, 50, 94. So if James can score the average number, yeah, I think so. Should be. Yeah. So this is definitely true. So definitely true. So James can score 49. Definitely true. So James, so A, I'm gonna put A here. Oops, A like this. So I'm gonna put A as well here. So James can score 94. 49 since City has some scores left. So like I'll just put right. If James score 49, City scores 94 minus 49, which is basically 94 minus 50 is 4 minus 5 is 4 14 minus 5 5 45. Okay, 49. Yep, there you go. Okay, James can score since City has some score left. Okay, Singh has scored the greatest number of points. Yes. So for B, I would say if James scored the lowest, if James scored 40, that means City scored, which is basically 94 minus 40, equal to 54. So, not possible to tell. Singh scored the greatest number of points. Yeah, this is not possible. Not possible to tell. Not possible to tell because CT can score more than Sing, or Sing can be the highest score in this case over here, right? Let me just put it like this. Okay, so yeah, so I think in this case over here, right? So because CT can score more than Sing, which is basically if James is equal to 40, then CT is equal to 94 minus 40, which is 54, right? Or Sing can be the highest score if James is what is it called this 49, highest score James can score, right? So lowest score Sing can be the highest score. That means CT is equal to 45. Alright, so yep, that's about it. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want more of this kind of videos, subscribe down below and comment down what other papers you want me to go through next. See you in the next one. Bye bye.